number 27. This one's going to Okeechobee, Florida. It's, there's some nice sun there. July 17th, I think, Tuesday. Go down 65 south, 10.5 miles a gallon. Got the dog back there. Asshole woke me up at 3 o'clock in the morning puking. That was fun. That's all. Latham, New York. I don't know. I've been there before. It was a nice enough deal or whatever. I'm I-80 East, somewhere in Ohio. Just got in Ohio. This trailer's freaking tiny. It's 22 feet long, 4,800 pounds, something like that. I mean, it's still giving me crap gas mileage, but we already know that. So, my wife's in front of me. She's driving a short bus. She's delivering it somewhere in New York. But we got the so we bought the camper, the slide-in, and we did that trip down to Florida, and it was great. I mean, we took a couple days off, went to the beach. Our camper, we were able to back it right up to the beach. I mean, we were first row. It was kind of an expensive campground, but totally worth it. I mean, to just wake up and open the back door and there's the ocean. That was really nice. But so I wanted to kind of talk about something that they don't tell you at all when you do your orientation. They'll mention that there's slow times. All right, so the factory shut down for 4th of July the whole week. So you, like, anything that is on your load board or however your company does their dispatching, anything that's there, that's it. And then it's going to take them a few days to ramp back up. And they told us this, and it was okay. I figured it'd be slow. There'd be, slim pickings, not really going where we wanted to go or whatever. But it shouldn't last more than a week or so, and then we'll be back on it. And I was like, oh, that's fine, no problem. We'll just take some time off. We took the Razor out to Mines and Meadows in PA. We took it to another place in central Ohio called Bear Creek Amphitheater. It was a good time. Well, it turns out that their week of slow is the entire month of July. And slow is kind of an understatement. There's nothing, like zero, not a single freaking trailer to pull anywhere. And so I'm kind of, not like we're fine, so it's not like we're in panic mode, about to on the brink of bankruptcy or anything like that. But fortunately we had enough savings that it wasn't a big deal. We just hung out and watched some TV or whatnot. But now we're getting towards the end of the month, and it's still very slim pickings. I was hoping to get. I'll get back to the camper in a minute. I was hoping. I kind of went on a tangent, but I was hoping to get some trailers going places that I've gone before, so my wife could see. Like, we've never done anything west of the Mississippi. The only time she's ever been was when she came and picked me up in Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri, after basic training. And that was until I started doing this. That was the only time I've been there. So I was hoping to get some out to Wyoming and South Dakota, the cool places that I've been. But there just hasn't been anything. So just be aware that the recruiters will kind of blow some smoke up your ass. It gets slow, and they're not kidding. It's slow. Now, a couple of I know the CWRV, the Camping World RV Transport Company. There was a guy that said they had something like 400 on the board. Now, I don't know. Nobody corroborated, but also at the same time, nobody called them out on it. And so I assume they probably did have a whole bunch on their board. So there is something to be said about working for a small company. They know your name. You call the dispatcher. They have your number saved in their in their thing, so that they can answer it and say, hey, Mike, how's it going, whatever. And that's nice. But at the same time, if they don't have any freaking loads, you're going broke. So hindsight being 2020, I may have gone with a larger company when I made the move from my first company that was too small. I may have shot for one of the biggest companies just because of that. Not really sure how the business end works. Like how are the factories communicating with the transporters and the dealerships, and who gets what load and goes where or whatnot. But just be aware that, you know, when they say slow, it could mean that there's absolutely nothing. Or in the case of these 2 loads that we got, my wife called her dispatcher about that one because there was one to Connecticut on the tow away. So she's doing drive away, I'm doing tow away. Well, she called and fortunately, well, she called the same time I did, and the one that I called for was gone already. It was the only one on the board. So when she called, her dispatcher said, well, I'll put it on hold so that way nobody else can take it, and if you don't get anything by the end of the day for drive or for tow away, then I'll put it back on the board and somebody else can take it. So all day long we're refreshing the board, and 2 other times I called, and by the time my dispatcher picked up the phone, it was gone already. So there's loads, but you got to be on it. You got to be really on it, and you got to be willing to go anywhere, because the stuff comes and goes almost instantly. So just be aware of that. But back to the camper. So we bought the camper, and the first time we slept in it was on that Florida trip last week, the week before, whenever the hell it was. So, but we had, you know, messed around in it, got it all set up, you know, got all our dishes and pots and pans and all that crap in there, and we took it on both ATV and trips to, you know, somewhere to just hang out or whatever. And we noticed that there is a leak. The bed, it's a north-south bed, so the bed goes forward and back. Most of the truck campers, it goes east-west, which is kind of strange, but we didn't want one of those, because then if somebody got up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom or whatever, they got to climb over the other person, and that's stupid. So we got the north-south. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So we got a north-south bed. On each side of the bed, there's cabinets for you to put whatever in there. Well, one of them is it got wet, and it got wet without the top up. So something was leaking in there. So we're like, okay, well, we gotta, you know, bring it to Forest, a dealership, and have them work on it. So we kind of were waiting to get a little bit of downtime where we didn't want to have the camper and whatnot, and so it came up. So okay, Monday, yesterday, day before, today's Wednesday. Yeah, Monday. We dropped it off at the dealer to have them fix that, and then there's a couple other little issues or whatnot. I mean, these things are made by Indiana's finest meth heads, so the build quality is pretty bad. But so they're having a couple issues. That's why I don't have it on there now. But it doesn't really matter, because tonight we're going to stay at home, and then we'll deliver tomorrow. And I'm not sure. Well, we should make it home tomorrow night, so we won't have to sleep in the truck. And at worst case scenario, we have to sleep in the truck. It's not a big deal. We'll manage it. But so yeah, that's what we got going on now. It's when we're picking up the thing for my wife on the board, it said it was a 16-passenger bus, and I was like, oh, it's going to be a short bus. It's going to be a short bus. And I was hoping it was going to be this yellow freaking short bus that just, I don't know, I could make fun of her for driving a short bus, but no, it's a white, you know, city transport type little bus for handicapped people or something like that. There's only 8 seats, and then the back of it is wide open, I'm guessing for wheelchairs or whatever, but so it's not as funny. But I thought it was going to be funny. But so that's it. This is it's going to be a short week, and then hopefully my camper will be done. So the other thing that I didn't know, and when you buy a new car and you have your 3-year 36,000 mile warranty or whatever, you bring it in the dealer, they fix it, they bill whoever made it, you know, Toyota, Honda, Ford, Chevy, whatever. They just send the bill and they pay it. It's no big deal. Well, with RVs, they have to take a bunch of pictures of whatever's wrong with mine, send it into Forest River, and then Forest River has to do an approval, and then they let them know, yeah, go ahead and do the repair. So, like, it's just ridiculous. I mean, it's like the refrigerator stopped getting cold. Of course it's Forest River's fault. The thing's brand new. But no, they have to call and get an approval and blah blah blah. It's just, I don't know. It's weird, really strange. I don't like it. And it kind of, like if normal people that just go camping on the weekend or whatever, it's not a big deal. But I kind of need that for work. So without having it for a week, it's kind of a hassle. Whatever. It is what it is. Man, this freaking camera mount really sucks. Well, you can get a view of the truck while I'm moving her. Alright, that's all. It's Wednesday, August 23rd, I think. We're on our way to someplace in Georgia, south of Savannah, almost to the Florida border. We got a 30-foot shower trailer. It's a big 10,000-pound brick. It's number 31, 29, and 30. I didn't do videos for, but 29 I actually have some pictures. We went to Phoenix and took a few days coming back. We went up through all of Arizona, went up to Grand Canyon, went through Utah. That was quite an adventure. And then number 30 was New York, I think. Something like that. Doesn't matter. It was boring. We ended up moving to another company because the one we were at, just like the first one, had nothing. 0 trailers. I mean, this is the 23rd, and we did 2 this month. So that was no good. So now we're at a bigger company, and they've got some stuff to pull. I mean, this isn't an ideal trailer. It's shaped like a brick. I mean, I'm at 9.2 miles per gallon, and that's on the gauge. So it's actually going to probably be in the 8s. We'll see when I fill up. But met one of my subscribers. I haven't been really paying attention. Apparently I had a lot more. I thought I only had 4, and I was at 16 the last time I checked, so that's exciting. But that's about it. We're thinking about getting a tow car because when it was slow at our other company, there was still some motorized to do, some driveaways and stuff. So that would be something to keep us busy. I mean, it was slow enough that we started to be a little bit concerned. I mean, we're dipping into savings and stuff like that. It wasn't emergency level yet, but it was getting there. So something to be aware of if you start doing this. Have a big safety net. I mean, that's just the nature of the business. The old timers all were like, oh, this happens every once in a while. Last year we were busy at this time. This year we got nothing. So it just happens. So I don't know. We'll see. I'm not too worried about it, but